Hey everyone, today's video is going to be a first impression slash try on for the first time video of a couple of products from the brand Mellow. They so kindly sent me a bag of goodies to try, and I have a few eyeshadows, quite a lot of lipsticks, and an eyeshadow palette to play with. So I'm just going to use as many of these products as I can on my face today. If you'd like to see like a lip swatch video or something, I can do that for these lipsticks. I think I have the majority of the line, if not all of the line. But I have already done my face makeup, not necessarily for the convenience of the video, just for the fact that I had like 25 disasters whilst doing my face, so did that off camera. So I guess we'll start off with eyeshadow. They sent me 3 baked eyeshadows. They just look like this. I will leave them linked off down below if you guys want to check them out. But I got 3 different ones. I got bronze, plum and khaki, I believe. Olive, same thing. And I thought that I've done quite a lot of bronze looks. I just did a khaki look, so let's kind of focus this around a plum shadow. So I have not even touched any of these products yet. I was waiting to give you guys my 110% first impressions. So this is Plum. It's really pretty. It has a name on the back so you're not going to forget. It's actually really nicely pigmented and this colour is gorgeous. So this is going to be kind of like the focus. I want to make it kind of purpley. But they did send me this palette here. This is the Glam Squad palette, which I can't get out of the packaging. So when you open it up, you've got a plastic sheet, which I just took out, the mirror, and then you've got all of these eyeshadows. This is, I'm not going to say it's a dupe for the Naked one, because I think the Naked one has less mattes, but you guys can see the similarity to the Naked one palette, surely. Then you've also got a blush and a bronzer, which looks similar to Orgasm and Laguna, but like a little brush, which is actually softer than I thought it would be, so I could actually probably use this. I thought it was actually going to be really scratchy, but the brush is actually quite nice. Anyway, we're going to be using this to complement this colour. This is going to be our main. I'm going to use these complementary. So let's just jump right in. Normally with a look as dark as this, I would use a base, but I want to see how these perform on their own. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this eyeshadow directly onto my eyelid. I have got a little bit of either concealer or foundation, I can't remember what it is, over my lid, so there is somewhat of a sticky base down, or at least some form of a base, so it's kind of like how I would normally have my eyeshadows, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm just going to pick a little bit of the shadow up on a brush, and I think we're going to go for all over the lid. Yeah, let's do like a plum smoky eye. Whoa! Definitely a lot of pigment in the shadow. I think when I first kind of swirled my finger around there wasn't that much pigment, but the transfer obviously, like to the skin, if that makes sense, is like really intense. Kind of like feathering it out towards the inner corner, like I'm still applying it there but I'm not packing it on, because I think instead I might apply like a lighter shade there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take, I haven't even swatched these, I don't know if you can tell, but they're like completely untouched. I'm just going to take, I guess, the lightest. There's like a lighter, warmer crease colour than slightly, actually no, I might go for the cooler one just because it's lighter. I'll swatch it. Definitely got some pigment to it. I don't know if how well you can see it because of the colour that it is, but I'm just going to pop this through my crease just to blend out the plum. It's blending like a dream, no issues whatsoever, which is good considering it's a matte eyeshadow. Sometimes you can have some issues. I wish there was a matte cream colour in this palette. I am literally all for matte cream shades or like whites so that I can just blend it up even more. Next I'm going to use a little brush that came with it. I'm going to use the blending brush side. It's kind of like a little baby crease brush, and I'm going to go in with the cooler of the 2 browns. They're kind of the same darkness, this one's just slightly cooler. I pick that up just a little bit with this blending brush side, and I'm going to pop this into my outer corner, just slowly working up the intensity. I do really like these eyeshadows, and I don't have the Naked one palettes. This is very similar to it. Just kind of like the variety of shades. I am fairly sure that the Naked palettes only usually have 1 or 2 matte shades. Not this one has 6, which is really good. So it's a really nice starter palette. I will put the pricing somewhere, probably down below. And then just to blend that out, I'm going to go back in with that same lighter brown, just a little bit on the brush, just to help it move the darker shade, and just blend that sort of just in a circular motion and then also just outwards. But you need to just take your time when you're working with these darker shades, because you don't want it to kind of go too far and you don't want it to not go far enough, if that makes sense. Just make sure that you've really blended it out. So I'm going to go in with the Plum shade again with a small eyeshadow brush from XOBeauty. I'm just going to smoke this underneath my lower lash line. It's a really, really beautiful eyeshadow. I love it. I'm also just going to pick up this brown here, which we haven't used yet. It looks really light on camera, but it's actually sort of like a medium warm toned brown. I know that we're going for kind of cooler browns, but this one will just help to blend out the lower lash line. So I'm sort of just applying it on top quite messily. Now that I've applied that brown also, I'm just going to blend along my lower lash line with a clean blending brush, just to sort of smoke it down a little bit. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's sort of just made it look a little bit more smoky, and it sort of just matches the top a little bit more. Now I'm going to go ahead and wet an eyeshadow blender just with a little bit of setting spray. Just pat off the excess on my hand, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of the Plum shade. I'm just going to pat it on the outside of the shadow just in case it goes funny, but it shouldn't because it's a baked shadow. Just going to re-intensify the lid. Well, intensify the lid I guess, because we haven't intensified it yet. And it's just going to make the colours pop and make it much more vibrant. Just make it all over a better colour. So you just want to sort of apply that just up into the crease and sort of just stop it just before the darker, we've applied sort of that dark brown. And then I'm just going to go back in with the lightest brown that we used and just blend that through the crease one last time, just to make sure that everything is blended enough and it's smoky enough and all that sort of good stuff. And then right on that inner corner I'm just going to go in with this shade because it's kind of pinky. It's just the pinky highlight colour. I'm just going to pop that right in the inner tear duct area, blending it onto the lid, because I just need to have a little bit of light in my life. When it comes to my eyeshadow, I need to put a little bit of brightness even in a smoky eye. I feel like it actually helps to sort of finish it off. I'm just going to use my normal mascara. This is the, apparently it was the one that I got from Smith & Goey's as the Mystery Mascara. I'm just going to apply that to my lashes. I was trying to not use anything other than mascara that wasn't from this brand, but I need to put something on my waterline. I want to go brightening because I think it'll look really nice. So I'm going to go in with my MAC what are they called? Chromagraphic pencils in the shade NC15, NC20. And it's just going to help to brighten up that waterline. You could totally go for a black or a purple, but you know me, I love bright waterline, so I think that looks really, really nice. Then for cheeks, I'm going to go in with the Mellow Powder Blush in Peach. I actually got this exact same product in my recent Violet box. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it linked off down below. But I would have been dying to try it ever since I saw it in there. I can't get it open. They look like the NYX blushes. They've got that quilted texture to them. And holy guacamole, that's really pigmented. Ooh, very, very, very intense. So I have to use a really light hand with this, but I think, will Peach go with this look? We'll see. We'll see if it goes. If not, there's no going back. I'm just going to apply it so lightly, like just that much. Tap off the excess. Just apply that to my cheeks. That looks pretty. It's just sort of brightening up the face. I don't think it's the greatest blush match ever to a purple look, but do what I want, really, don't I? So it's just really nice at like brightening the face, giving it a little bit of brightness, because this is quite a intense eye look. Because I don't have a highlighter in here, I'm just going to take this shade. Oh, I should have used that blush. Dang it. Would have been a better choice. Oh well. I'm going to go on with this eyeshadow here just as a highlight. I have no idea how this is going to go, but if you guys know me, you know that I need a highlight. Ooh, pretty. If you are travelling or if you don't have very much makeup, using an eyeshadow from a palette is, you know, perfect. It works perfectly well. A little bit down the nose because why not? And the Cupid's bow, because Cupid's bow always needs a little bit of love. For lipstick, I have like 8 of their lipsticks. I also have one in my lap. So if you'd like to see a swatch video, a lot of them are really cool and bright. so I can do a video on those. But today I think we're going to be super boring and go for the nude because my eye is quite intense and it is a coloured smoky eye. Normally I'm totally happy pairing like a coloured lip with a smoky eye, but because this is purple I don't want to, like, you know, overkill it. So I'm going to go in with nude, and this is what the packaging looks like. This is my only complaint about this brand, is that the packaging on the lipsticks feels very, very light and kind of on the tinier side, but the packaging on everything else is perfect. It's just the lipsticks, but I haven't even swatched any of these, so we'll see what the consistency is like. I guess I'll swatch it here, I guess. Like butter and very, very pigmented. This is definitely a very in shade. It's that sort of nude brown colour. Yeah, these go on like butter. It's a very deep nude. Darker than I thought it would be. Don't know how I feel about that. Let's try this lipstick here instead. I'm going to play around with this. I thought this would be nice. It is really, actually, I don't know. It is definitely a pretty lipstick. I think it's just too dark for what I'm used to, I guess. So let's just try another one because why not? So this one's Passion, and it looks like kind of a neutral pink, but I feel like knowing my luck it'll be like a really bright pink. Oh no, looks pretty neutral. Kind of in between neutral and bright. We'll see. These lipsticks are very, very thin but very pigmented. Like, it feels like I've got a lip balm on. It's not thick creamy, but they go on really nice and creamy, and you can see they've got a slight amount of sheen to them. And I really like this colour with this look. I think it works really well. So again, this one was Passion, and I feel like the colour's pretty true to the colour on the end, and it's definitely true to the colour in the tube, the bullet. So this is the finished look. All in all, I am really, really happy with all of the cosmetics that I tried. They are really high quality. For the most part, the packaging is really nice. I'm just not 100% a fan of the packaging on the lipsticks, but it doesn't really matter because, as you can see, the product inside of them is really, really nice. I had no issues with the pigmentation, the application, or the intensity of the colours. I'm totally happy with everything. The eyeshadow made an amazing highlight. The blush is beautiful. The eyeshadows, as you can tell, are amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Mellow Cosmetics. Don't forget to check them out in the down bar if you guys are interested in learning more about their stuff. And thank you so much, Mellow, for giving me the opportunity to do this video by providing me with the lovely products. Share down below in the comments your opinions on what I've created, and don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this look. I love you all so, so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!